So this house was built in 1956 or 1962, so it's a mid-century, pretty classic Rambler for this part of town. There's lots of houses just like this, brick Rambler. You know, my grandparents would have raised their family in a house just like this. This is a great neighborhood, a lot of pride of ownership, but it's an older neighborhood. And what happens in older neighborhoods like this, some folks start letting their property deteriorate. You can go for a couple houses and see beautiful yards with flowers and perfect windows, and then you see a house like this. And that hurts the entire community. So what we want to do is, whenever possible, come in and bring the house up to standards so the community benefits from it.
Like, what my opinion on what I think this house is like. First of all, the yard looks wonderful. The yard hardly needs any work. It looks fantastic. Probably one of the best yards I've ever seen. No, just kidding. The whole house probably needs a lot of work. I don't even know what we're gonna do. I was just walking through thinking that these guys are kind of crazy to even do this one. But I think that about every house. Everyone, I swear, is nasty. But it always turns out pretty good, right? Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty nasty. It is pretty nasty. But we're trying to make houses better, right? Trying to remodel houses, so that's kind of involved in the whole process.
Welcome home. Let's take a look, see what we're gonna do here.
Oh boy.
Oh my.
Shining it on you, Brad. Center of attention.
Our challenge with this one is the layout just isn't really good at all.
I would love to be able to knock this wall down to open it up, but if you look in here, and come look in here, Trenton, this kitchen's super small and like boxy, and if we knock this wall out and just make it like a pony wall.
Well, we're gonna have to take some measurements and figure out what we could do. Pretty sure this wall, like, we can't go any further than this without getting into the stairway, and that's a problem because people need access to the basement. We don't want to rebuild stairs going downstairs. That's way out of budget.
So the layout of the kitchen's probably gonna have to stay the same, don't you think?
I think it'll be pretty,
I don't know, I think it looks pretty decent though. I think it has decent potential. The layout is probably the weirdest part, don't you think, Tiff?
Yeah.
The layout is definitely going to be the biggest challenge with this one. Coming from working with buyers, that's probably the hardest thing with this house, is that people are going to walk in and they're going to think it's weird.
What do you think about this thing? What are we gonna do with this? This is heavy glass. First I was thinking just new knobs, but I don't know.
It's very retro.
It's very dated.
What else would we put there?
It's not very, I don't think
It's deep enough for a closet, but it's not a very deep closet. It's a china cabinet.
yeah.
That's a built-in china cabinet.
That's what it is.
Maybe just go with the retro look of it. I don't know.
This is a complete demo, so we're gonna tear this entire bathroom out. When whoever did this bathroom put this insert in, and what they did was they framed over the window, which is really, really weird. So we'll pull it out, pull the insert out, basically rebuild this bathroom. What it calls for is tile surround. We'll pull all this off, pull this paneling off. A lot of times when we do that, we end up tearing out all the sheetrock that's behind, because a lot of times there'll be sheetrock behind this stuff, so we'll end up pulling that off as well, do all new sheetrock. So basically this will be a new bathroom.
Cool.
And then we've just got two bedrooms up here. We've got vinyl windows. This is something to always look at, Gabe, when you're looking at houses. A window package is normally $3,000 to $4,000.
Okay. Meaning the entire home?
Yeah.
The windows?
Yeah, like if you've got aluminum windows and you're gonna replace all aluminum windows with vinyl windows, add $3,000 to $5,000.
So one of the things that we do when we buy a house, one of the very first things that we do is do a meth test, because you'd be surprised how much meth is in Tooele County. And it can be a really expensive fix.
Typically a remediation costs us between $4,500 to $6,000. I'll swab it. I'll use this swab and swab a couple different locations, normally by the air intakes down by the furnace, because that's where it comes up a lot, because the residue travels through the air, from my understanding of it anyway. I'm no expert. When we don't do that, it's cost us. Recently, we forgot to do it on a house, and it cost us $5,000 plus a whole other mess. So that became a problem. So we tried to do it right the first time.
There's glass. Use caution. Don't step on the glass.
This is an interesting room. What are we gonna do with this? The brick. Are we gonna paint the brick? Leave the brick? Make this like a mud room? It's like a,
Well, this used to be outside.
yeah,
That's crazy.
it's really crazy.
It's funny.
Like, yeah.
What I want to see is what's over on the other side there. Why isn't that punched through?
Yeah, I wish we could make this layout a little more functional. Yeah, it needs to punch through because this is the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then that front area could be like just a mud room.
I wonder if that's an exterior wall that was been covered up. If maybe that's why.
Should I knock on it? Sounds pretty hollow.
All it takes is a hammer and we'll figure it out.
It's Morse code.
What's on the other side of that wall?
Nothing.
It should be, let me go look at it real quick. We just need to punch a hole through there.
Any volunteers?
Gabe? No.
I'm not gonna punch through it.
Kick? Hammer? We'll figure it out. There's some electricity there. It won't be a problem. All the bearing is right here, so that's not holding
is
anything
right.
up. So we'll try to punch a hole through here. Well, not try, we will. We'll punch a hole and see if we can open up, because that kitchen into here, then it will be much more functional. It'll be like a dining room in here.
I don't know what we're gonna do with the whole brick area downstairs. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I thought that used to be outside. Did you know that?
The little brick area?
Yeah, it used to be outside. They added that on.
Brick. That's the weird thing. It's like not even the same color brick.
What?
Yeah.
Did they do it because they were trying to create like an apartment feel so that you walk in the first part and then it looks like you go in
That can be ripped out.
that wall with the mirror, with the
That's
window?
Not part of the house structure.
No, it's a different color brick. You're totally right. And the exterior is right there.
Yeah.
It's not inside there.
So that can
They
be
wouldn't
ripped
make the
out.
foundation like that shape.
So I was just telling these guys that color brick in the basement is not the same color
No,
as the
it's not.
exterior.
It's
Definitely
not
not a part of the
it.
exterior.
So
Yeah.
we can tear that out,
Yeah, we could.
and I think we should.
I think we should.
The brick?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
I
not
don't even know if it's
serving
real
any
brick.
purpose.
Is it even real brick?
It's real brick, but somebody just did it after the fact. Then there's a huge family room, a dining room, and a kitchen.
That
Yeah.
makes way more sense to me.
Yeah.
At this house, we are replacing the roof on the main house. On the garage, we're replacing 2 garage doors. We are replacing a kitchen. We're remodeling 2 bathrooms, all new floors, all new paint, possible furnace and AC upgrade, lights, and we're gonna add some recessed lighting in the dining and kitchen area. We've got a strong smell of pets and smoke in the house, so we've got to take care of that for the next owner. The yard itself is going to be a lot of work. I think it's a lot of fun. We get a chance to remodel it, look at the way people used to do things, and bring a house, up to market standards. Okay, so this is part 1 of a 3-part video series. If you liked what you see here and you're curious about the process, make sure to click on the link. It'll be part 2. What are we calling this house? We could call it 300 West, or let's call it, Classic Brick Rambler. We'll just call it the Classic Brick Rambler. So look on part 2 of Classic Brick Rambler and see what we did in the process, the things we come up against, the challenges. I'm curious what they're gonna be, because we don't know what they are right now. But you can click on here and see what they ended up being. Check us out. We're Utah True Agency, UtahTrueAgency.com. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram. We may even be tweeting by the time you're seeing this. And until that time, make it a very peaceful, very present day, and peace.